So in this video, I want to give you 5 secrets to attract better clients without spending more money. And this is not going to be a guru type of video with like some strategies that do not work, asking you to buy a, $10 PDF, none of that. I actually want to give you some secrets that work, and we're going to cover some pretty in-depth stuff. It's going to go beyond the surface level of just guru tactics. And if you guys know me by now on the channel, you know that I love to be transparent and also share my own experience, my own journey, and what I've learned. So just to get into it, I made some notes in here. So I want to start off with this first thing, which is you have to take a look at your current state and analyze, why am I attracting these type of clients right now? Because in life, we attract what we are, not what we want, right? So if you have a coaching business, if you have an online business, a consulting business, anything you have right now regarding content, if you have an agency, if you attract clients that don't have, bad clients, you got to wonder why is that? It's just like in relationships. If you keep attracting low quality people, partners, the issue might not be them. Like the issue is probably you. And it's the same thing in business. So your clients, that quality of clients, the current quality, is directly tied to your inner state. And so whatever is going through your life right now, unless you fix the things that are going on like in your mind, your life, your business, your relationships, the clients that you attract, that will not improve. So I'm going to give like my own example. Last year in the summer of 2024, when I really started my consulting business with my personal brand, I wasn't attracting the best clients. Why? Because deep down, I was miserable. I was depressed. I was ungrateful. Last year I was going through a breakup. It was rough for me mentally, and ultimately it left me with this ungrateful attitude without being thankful for the things that I have built with my content, with my personal brand, with my business. And ultimately that defined my reality, defined the quality of clients and of people that I was attracting through my content, through my business. And so I had to take a step back and reflect and work on my inner state. And when I did, I want to be honest, it wasn't the strategies, it wasn't like the content, it wasn't the workshops I was doing, it wasn't anything fancy or a video or whatever that brought me better clients and better people in my inner circle, in my program that I have. It wasn't that. It was my actual inner state that changed, and my heart and mind that changed, that brought all of these different things. I didn't work harder. I didn't work even like smarter, because I was still making mistakes. And as everyone, I think I still am. Like I got so much more to learn. I feel like I barely scratched the surface. But the inner state defined all of that. And it's weird, right? Because like it's obviously like law of attraction, and it says in the Bible, like, for as a man thinketh, so is he in his heart. And we have this tendency to forget this truth and then focus on the outside. I was talking about this in my previous video, like focusing on the output, on the outcome too much. Like, it's the fault of the clients, it's the fault of, but like, no, deep down, there are some things within you that you need to work on, you need to fix, so that your entire reality is then improved. And so that is the first thing. And I would recommend, obviously, reading the Bible, reading the verse, reading Proverbs, reading the truth, basically, that will enable you to realize that you first have to become better in order for you to attract better clients. But in here, I made some more notes the second kind of secret in here is you have to position yourself as the hero in your market. So if you're an online coach, consultant, if you have an agency, if you have an AI automation company, whatever it is, you have to position yourself as the hero in the market. What does that mean? That means there is a bubble with all of like different businesses that people go to, and then there is you. And the hero in the market is not someone who's able to save everyone in the market, right? So don't try to be too attached to this. I want to help everyone. I want to work with everyone, because that doesn't work. But a hero in the market is someone that has such a meaningful and special journey and is so relatable and really makes an impact that people just gravitate towards you. So for example, for me as a coach, I don't think I'm like the best content creator in the world, or that I have a particular talent that is like, I'm making the best videos ever. Like, people come to me because of who I am. Because I position myself in my own sort of bubble that attracts the right people without me having to compete with other coaches or do weird stuff for money or anything like that. So it's all about positioning. Great marketing is positioning yourself in a bubble with less competition, not no competition, but less competition that allows you to win. And on top of that, if you position yourself as the hero, as the go-to in your market, by being original, by being vulnerable, especially as a content creator, as a coach, the more parts of you show, the more people you will win on your side. And that is the thing, like, we tend to look at all of these different things like strategies and, I got to do this, I got to do that, but it's all about positioning. It all comes down to that. The third secret, you have to speak to your soulmate client. And in order for you to speak to your soulmate client, you first need to understand who is my soulmate client, and what do they want? What do they need? And another point that I would make here when it comes to this is that we are so focused on on like selling to everyone, that we're diluting the message as creators, as business owners, and we're willing to compromise ourselves, our services, for some cash. But that is wrong. So if you define your soulmate client, you have to stand behind that. You have to be willing to say no to people that do not match, they're not a good fit. So how do you do this like practically? How do you find your soulmate clients in a practical way? I have this simple method called the 3 stack. And it's basically getting super clear on what is their profession, what do they do for a living, what is their current situation, anything from lifestyle, their constraints, their pain points right now, their problems, the stuff they're going through, and then getting clear on the desired outcome. What do they want to be? Who do they want to become? What is their desired income level and stuff like that? What are their values? And you draw point A and you draw point B, and you get super clear on that. And the bridge between A and B is going to be your offer. It doesn't matter if you're a coach, it doesn't matter if you're a consultant, it doesn't matter if you have an agency. That is going to be your offer. And so again, is this idea of like, if you want better clients, you need to speak to your soulmate client, and that will obviously attract them. And we call this soulmate messaging. So it's basically talking to the feelings and the current situation that your soulmate client is going through. Think about like, what is the best caliber quality of client that I want in my business, with my business, and only speak to them. And obviously that will attract them. Like, it's just about that. The fourth secret that I want to talk about, regardless of the industry you're in, and I was applying this in e-com as well, don't sell a simple service, sell a transformation. Don't just sell a simple product, a simple design, a simple coaching program, a mentorship. Don't just sell that. Don't sell the features of it. Sell the actual transformation. So your clients, if you want to attract better people, you have to be able to communicate to them the transformation that they will receive with your program. So for example, for me, I'm helping coaches scale their coaching business, and it doesn't even matter the small features or like what I have in my school community. No, I'm helping them scale their coaching business so that they can live their dream life, spend more time with their family, travel, drive their favorite supercar, and ultimately live the life that they deserve to live. Escape the rat race, escape all of this. I'm focused on that more than, yeah, and you're going to post this video and like this Instagram story. That is just surface level. And again, no matter the industry, the strategies that you have, the features that you have inside of your program, product, whatever, that's just surface level stuff. What do we care about as people, as human beings? We care about what's in it for me and how is this going to transform my life? How is this going to bring me from point A to point B and improve my quality of life? How is that gonna, what is that gonna do for me? And then the details, the features, the specifics, the technicalities, that is just a bonus. Because especially with consulting, and this is how I approach mentorship and everything, my clients, they pay for clarity and the execution is the souvenir. My clients pay for clarity and the execution is the souvenir. So every feature, every single strategy, every single technique, automation, everything in the back, AI stuff, that is the souvenir. But the true transformation is that clarity in order for them to unlock their mind so they can literally transform their life. So if you want better clients, think about that. What is the transformation that I'm trying to sell with my business, that I'm trying to provide? Not the service, not the product. What is the actual human transformation? Speaking of transformation, my lighting just transformed in the back. I have a red neon light. It apparently went off, so we're gonna continue with this. So the final point in the video is something that I think is gonna be the most impactful thing, and it's this: you have to, if you want to attract better clients, you have to start obsessing over your clients' problems and stop focusing on your own problems that much. So shift your focus from, oh my God, I have these problems, to what does my soulmate client struggle with? How can I help? And once you make that change, you will attract better people, because you will approach content, you will approach business, you will approach providing a service, that transformation, from a place of, I actually want to make an impact and I'm obsessed with what you're going through instead of being obsessed with what I'm going through. Especially as a coach, as a mentor. If you truly want to make an impact, you have to stop caring about I'm going through this. You got to ultimately stop being a victim and start becoming that hero. We were talking about positioning yourself as the hero in the market. Start thinking as the hero. How can I actually make a positive impact in this person's life? What type of content can I provide? What type of value? What emails could I write? What product could I build? Become obsessed over other people's problems, and you will generate wealth. When you're able to provide an actual transformation, when you're able to generate wealth, even through a conversation, that is when you will become wealthy. That is when you will attract better clients. And that brings me to the end of the video. So these are the 5 secrets. I'm going to walk you through them again. First thing, current state. Look at that. Second thing, position yourself as the hero in the market. Third secret, speak to your soulmate client, understand them. The fourth thing, do not sell a simple service, sell a transformation. And the last thing, obsess over their problems, not your own problems, and try to actually make an impact. And everything will change. And again, if you apply all of these 5 secrets, I guarantee you, it doesn't matter the industry you're in, you are going to get better clients, make more money, and ultimately improve your life without having to waste money, without having to waste time, because it all starts with you. So I'm going to end this video right here. If all of this resonated with you, and if you actually want to work with me, you have a link down below to check a free training and book a call with me, see if we can work together. But ultimately, I want to end with this. stop obsessing over the outside, over the outcome, and again, start obsessing over what is my current state, how can I improve that, and how can I actually make an impact. And I myself, as a mentor with my clients, that's how I approach everything. We're building a business around how you can actually make an impact and how you can position yourself as the hero in that particular niche or market so that you can attract better clients. So if that resonates with you, book a call and we can work together.